This right here is our World War 1 tank that we are building in the new Sprocket update. In the last video, we ended up adding the guns, I believe, as well as the crew on the inside, as you guys will see right here. Bam! There is 13 guys in here. That is absolutely insane. What we need to do today is actually add a bunch of detail to this, just trying to make it look a little bit nicer, make it work a little bit better as well, and go from there. So let's go ahead and start decorating like we always do. Alright, so the way I see it, we need to go through this and get ourselves some of these panels right here. These are what we're going to be using because rivets aren't currently in this version of the game. So we're going to use these to try and make things look very nice as they go around. It's going to be relatively tricky to do, I do believe, but we are going to go ahead and attempt to do it. So shove these guys pretty much together, and then we are going to go to these, and we're going to shrink them. So they're going to look like that. There we go. So hopefully I can actually like push these in and they'll look okay. Currently they sort of do, I guess. Yeah, something like that is going to look fine. I am going to stretch them out until they actually fit. There we go. And that doesn't seem too bad, to be fair. So let's go ahead and stretch those next to each other, shove them onto there, shove them back into there a little bit, and we're going to go round. So yeah, there we go. Shove that onto there. We're going to put another one next to it. And hopefully this is going to look fine. But at the same time, I feel like we are going to have some issues. Especially because they're not really going to fit the way we need them to. But I guess that's okay. There we go. Something like that. It's going to have to be like that all the way around, which is unfortunate. But yeah, again, there's not really too much I can do about it. Alright, so this is one of the ugliest jobs I've ever done in my life. Look at that. I wish that I had access to just the rivets. Because honestly, we'd make it look actually really good with the rivets, but this looks awful. It looks so bad. So we're going to keep it anyway. It is a World War 1 tank, so I guess it could look ugly. But it wouldn't look like this. It really wouldn't. These panels are, like, there's gaps everywhere. And there's not really too much I can actually do about that, so we're just going to stick with it. What we're going to do from here is actually box in some bits down here as well, try and do something up there, and do some box sections down the centers as well, just to try and make it look a little bit nicer. I might actually do a little bit right here as well. I feel like that makes sense. So yeah, I'll be back with you guys in a second once all that's done. Alright, so this is currently what it looks like. Honestly, I've done a really bad job. I think it looks kind of ugly the way that I've done it, and I'm not entirely sure how I would do it otherwise. I did originally want it to sort of curve around, and that's how I wanted to do it. However, I've just ended up doing it like this, because I feel like this is probably the way to make it look the least bad, if that makes sense. I am actually going to go and extend this guy a little bit as well, and I'm going to shove this down slightly. There we go. So it matches up with that one at least a little bit, and yeah, it looks weird. It really does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower all of these guys on the top downwards, because I can. So let's go ahead and shove these down. And then we're going to have to try and sort out something else from there. So these guys are all pretty much touching. That's good. And now we need to do all of these ones that have gone backwards down here. So we're going to shove those really low as well. There we go. I don't know how much lower they need to go, but a little bit, I suppose. Yeah, and then this one, I don't know what to do here. Because obviously it's poking over a little bit. So I'm going to maybe make this shorter. There we go, somewhat like this. I'm going to shove that into there like that, and then I should be able to shove one here as well, as long as I can get it somewhat lined up. So there we go, good. Shove these guys together like this, there we go, and drop it down and in. Alright, yeah, it's going to have to be a little bit longer than that, but that's okay. So if we do this type of dealio, that's fine. Drop it down a little bit, and there we go. I think I'm going to leave it like that, although it does look a little bit strange. I don't know, I think I'm happy with it. The back end, obviously, we're going to have the same issue, or a very similar issue, so I'm going to do this as well. And I'll shove that up from there, just like so. And there we go. That's what it's looking like so far. I like the sides. I think they're ugly, but I think they work. And I don't mind that on the top. I think that's okay too. Okay, so I ended up putting these riveted panels on the front, and I think they look pretty good. So let's go ahead and shove another one right here, and obviously we'll do another one of these as well. Right into there like that. There we go. We're then going to do another one of these panels, because we can. On here, I guess? Yeah, sure. And I am going to extend that upwards. However, it's probably better to grab one of these first, so we could do it all at the same time. Here we go, do this. Excellent, shove it upwards just a little bit, and yeah, I would say that looks okay. I am going to use these everywhere else as well, so hopefully this does actually end up making it look pretty nice. So let's go ahead and shove this one into there like that. Although it's weird, I think it does actually fit. Good. Right, so there it is right there. I've added some panels on the top as well. I've added some panels around here. Honestly, I'm thinking it doesn't look very good. And the main reason it doesn't look very good, at least in my mind, is the rivets don't look right. Like, there's no way of me actually making this look right. At least I don't think there is anyway with the tools that I currently have. Obviously, if I had the tools, e.g., for example, the actual rivets that we have in the normal game, then it would be fine. But unfortunately, I just don't. I am going to go and shove one of these onto the rear. Whoa. Why do I keep going through the floor? It's really annoying that keeps happening. But yeah, we're going to go and shove these guys on the rear. I will shove them slightly in. There we go. And I'm going to leave them like that. The exhausts, obviously, we put on last time, as well as the engine stuff. So that looks okay. I am going to go ahead and shove some thingamabobbies on here as well. So we'll go to crew, hatches, probably some of these, to be honest. So that's going to go there. We've obviously got a gun on the rear, so we're not going to put them there. And then maybe on the front end as well. I know that looks strange, but that's kind of what I want to do. Just in case anyone needs to look outside. Don't ask me why they would, but there you go. Gonna go ahead and shove two great big hatches on the roof as well. Again, because I can. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm happy. I think that actually looks sick. It does. I mean, obviously I can go further, and we can add a hell of a lot more to this, but I don't really want to. I just want it to be as sort of minimal, but also make it work. I'm going to shove this onto here like that. There we go. I'm happy. Yeah. So, what I think I'm going to do now is go through the equipment tab and try and figure out where all of these things will then need to go. I think I'm going to have two massive ones of these right there. That looks pretty sick. And I wouldn't mind moving those backwards like that. We're then going to go to these guys, have some rear lights, which actually we're not going to do. We're not going to have any rear lights. But I do want some of these in certain areas. So I wouldn't mind actually adding this onto here somewhere. Just like that, there we go, and then lowering it down like this. Maybe even doing this, so it's a little bit shorter. Does look a little bit strange doing that, but at the same time, I think that's actually going to be fine. It's on both sides. Excellent. The next thing is driver's views. I actually really wanted to use these on their sides, which I'm not sure you can even do. If I grab this, nah, it does some weird... It does some weird stuff. I would really like to actually put that there, but unfortunately that's not a thing. So instead, I'm going to have to use these ones, which is not really what I wanted to do, but it's what we've got. So we're going to shove that on there like that. I'm going to do another one right here like this. And obviously I'm going to have to go to both and push them in. Just in case they need to see out the sides, that's all. I'm also going to shove one back there as well, and... Oh, have I not done it on both sides for these guys? Wait, I'm sure I have. I'm very confused. Alright, I might have to move them off to the side in order to then bring them back in and then have them actually work. I don't get that. I don't know why that would be the case, but there you go. So shove those guys back. That is awesome. Yeah. I don't mind the way this is currently looking. I think it actually looks pretty good. I would like some equipment somewhere. So I'm actually going to go ahead and shove these guys around here like this. And yeah, I don't mind the fact that we can have like two sets. One on this side, one on that side, one on this side, one on that side. I think that makes sense. Other than that, I don't really know what else I want to do. I might shove one of these guys up here. And I might do like two of them, I guess. There we go, something like that. Looks pretty good. And then I wouldn't mind doing it at the back as well. So one there and one above. Do it again right here, one there and one above. If I can shove that in the right place, kind of. And then maybe one at the back right here and one next to it. There we go. You know what, we might as well do it. Log gang, let's go ahead and shove one of these guys on the back like this, and actually probably one right below it as well. Might as well have two logs back there. They actually look pretty good. Is there anything else I can actually think of? Not really. If you guys just heard some scratching, that was not on your end. Oh, maybe it was, but my dog was scratching his bed. Anyway, what we're going to do from here is put one of these guys right there, I guess, so we can unload shells if we need to. I'm going to shove another one on... I'd like to put it on here, but it doesn't seem like this is actually a front-facing thing. Is that something I can do? So apparently you can flip it, which means that if we had armor, obviously it'll go the other direction. So if we add armor this way, if I flip it, and we add armor, it'll actually come outwards, whereas the other way it'll go inwards, which is so strange. Anyway, does that mean I can now put things on here? No, if I flip it... Oh, I still can't. Okay, I'm very confused. I wanted to put stuff on there, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be a thing. It would be kind of nice to actually fill that with these guys, but if you look from here, you can actually see the angle I've got it at. It's a bit of a weird angle, and it's kind of annoying. I wish I didn't do that. But, yeah, overall, I actually think this is looking pretty sick. So let's go to paint real quick. Go to this guy. I'm going to make it... not pink. I don't want it to be pink. Like this color. In fact, actually, this color indeed. We're going to go straight with that. Condition a little bit better, I guess. There we go. We're going to go to 60%. It's going to be grimy as, like dirty as it can possibly be. We're then going to go to decals, and we'll go to this guy, and it's going to be British. Yeah, I probably shouldn't make it this white, especially with how weathered everything else is, but never mind. So, if I can, let's go ahead and shove it on there like that. That looks good. Yes. And I would like to, if I can as well, make it thicker. So I'm going to do this type of deal. There we go. Shove it forward, so I'm actually painting pretty much everything. And that's it. We'll leave it like that. Awesome. Obviously, it is on the tracks a little bit, which is kind of annoying. But that's okay. Alright, so there it is. That is what we currently have. Obviously, the guns are glitching out because that's just what happens, apparently. Also, this hasn't been painted because it's built wrong. It's on the outside. It's on the inside rather than the outside. So if we go to the inside, this bit will be painted. That's really weird. But yeah, overall, I actually really like the way that it looks. The fact that we have a massive cannon on the front is pretty cool. We have loads of other cannons around this thing as well. Again, pretty cool. This one has also been inverted, which is so weird. Look at that. The cannon's on the inside, pointing at the gunner. Really, really weird. But as the game gets updated and as things get added again, obviously this is going to be a lot better and a lot easier to use. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where we might continue with this a little bit more. There is more things to be doing, such as the engine and stuff like that. We also need to add fuel tanks and other things, so we'll go from there. But for now, thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.